Speak about the motion to discharge as opposed to whether people should vote for or against Gupta. I'm opposed to this effort to discharge Gupta from the Judiciary Committee. In fact, it's not properly in order. In theory, we're moving this nomination because it failed in committee by an even tie vote. But that vote should never have been called, and was improper when it was. Under the committee rules, members have a right to unlimited debate. This can only be stopped either by bipartisan vote to end debate under the rules or by a vote of the majority of the committee to set a time certain to vote under precedent. Because Republicans at Ms. Gupta's markup wanted to talk, there couldn't have been bipartisan vote to end debate. In fact, some, like my colleagues from North Carolina, didn't have a chance to speak and were still waiting their turn. And because the Democrats don't have a majority in the committee, they couldn't have a time certain. Under the rules and precedents of the committee, then, they had to let Republicans talk. And if it took more than one markup, so be it. The Democrats did this talkathon when I was chairman. During our second markup of 2017, in order to delay Senator Sessions' nomination to be Attorney General, Democrats filibustered in the Judiciary Committee. When it happened, I didn't interrupt anyone or break any rules. I simply continued the markup the next day, checking to see who would want to be recognized and for how long. The fact is that the Democrats frequently use these filibuster tactics against us over the past 4 years. We simply dealt them from a position of confidence in the rules and precedents of our committee. Sometimes being chairman and moving nominees takes hard work, but we did the job we needed to do. That's not what happened in the discussion of Gupta. Instead, my colleague from Arkansas was interrupted and the roll was called while he was still speaking. This was not the power of the majority being used. It was the power of the chairman. What's the point of having rules if you can just ignore them? Just ignore them when you find yourself dealing with an unfamiliar situation. So I don't think the even vote, the tie vote in committee even properly happened. As far as I'm concerned, Senator Cotton had the floor. That roll call vote was illegitimate under committee rules, and so is this one we're going to have in the Senate this afternoon is just as illegitimate. And why did the chairman scrap the committee rules for this nominee? This isn't a Supreme Court nomination. The nominee is a sub-cabinet official at the Justice Department. So I have to wonder why. I think it's because the Democrats know how really powerful she will be in the Justice Department. As Judge Garland told us during his hearings, he didn't pick Ms. Gupta. He only got to know her after they were both picked. That's quite a position for a subordinate to be in. The late Congressional Dingo famously said this, and I'll clean it up a little bit, quote, "You let me write the precedent and I'll beat you every time," end of quote. The Judiciary Committee has done him one better. Now there is no procedure. If the rules are not respected, the Senate is an institution that loses every time. So I urge my colleagues to vote no and protect the traditions of the body.